How you going? Now I'm pretty good at pool.
Hey Don.
You know what I'm not very good at? Hitting a pool ball hard enough that it hits my mate in the head and makes his eyes turn into billiard balls like that scene from Tom and Jerry. So today, I'm going to create a device to make that happen.
Jesus. He did a thing again, chat.
Alright, so I've got a couple of made-up requirements for this device.
For a sec, I thought he
want
had
it to
no
be
head.
small enough to fit on the end of a real pool stick and not look that different or suspicious. I also want it to break the world record for fastest pool break, which is only around 30 miles per hour, which seems pretty slow. Then, to finish off, I want to play my mate in a game of pool and win. And I think I've got a pretty good idea of how I want to do all this, and that's with these blank rounds, which I've screwed around with before in my power hammer, which was able to fling nails all the way through my roof. And the great thing about these rounds is that they are very small while also being very safe. And if there are any kids under 8 watching this, you should definitely play with these. So I've drawn this sketch of how I imagine these rounds working. First I'll have my pool stick, which has a metal cap on the end with a metal sleeve. And inside that sleeve will sit a hollow rod, and inside that rod is a piston. And then when I hit the pool ball, that rod will move back inside the sleeve, hitting the metal cap, setting off the blank round, which will fire the piston out at high speed, hitting the pool ball. But I really have no idea if this will work, and a lot can go wrong.
Yeah, that sounds very safe.
Or the piston shooting out like a bullet, or worst of all, I don't actually get enough force to set off the blank round. But the only way to find out is to start making. So I got this piece of mild steel round bar and put it in my lathe. Now the metal workers amongst you have already noticed a massive mistake I've made that will come to haunt me later. Do you want to tell me what it is so I don't have to do it? Nah. So the first thing I'm doing is making this piece, which is going to be the barrel, and it will be the same diameter as the wooden pool stick. And you know, there's actually a reason my lathe looks like this.
Watch that.
It's my vague attempt to get it to work better by getting anything in my house that has weight and putting it on top or inside the lathe, which helps it stop chattering and shaking around. And since doing this, I have noticed a big difference in the way it cuts.
Why is there a glass of water?
So after turning the barrel down to size, I realized I made it a little bit too small. So I added some material into the lathe and made it bigger. Yep, it's the right size.
Okay.
Now I'm going to drill a hole through the middle, making the barrel. And I barely started drilling when I somehow managed to break the lathe. That's not meant to have a crack in it. So I took this long metal bar from my collection and cut it to the same size as the broken part. And then I'm going to attempt something I've never seen before and that might be illegal. I put a milling drill bit in the lathe chuck.
You know he's a content creator when he states the obvious.
And started cutting grooves out so it matches the broken part. Never mind, I broke the milling bit. So instead I just drilled a hole in the metal without cutting grooves and put it back in, and now the lathe works again. What was I doing again? So after adding the broken milling bit on top of the lathe for weight, I finished drilling the hole. Now it's time to cut the part off, and I find I get a better result if the part comes off and falls directly into this pile of sharp metal pubic hair, which is always really fun to dig parts out. Alright, now comes the piston, which I'm going to make by turning down this piece until it fits into this hole. And I think I've left enough of a ring here to stop the piston from firing out the end. So I used a little bit of lubricant and put a thread on the end of it.
Oh, come on!
An end cap that will attach to the piston using the same size thread. And because I don't want to damage it, I put it in the vise
a random
with my
name,
apron
Simon.
wrapped around it.
Ain't that great?
Then screwed on this end piece, which will be making contact with the ball. And now the whole thing looks like this and moves around okay. So before I put the blank round in and give it a test go, there's something else I need to do. And you've already seen the thumbnail, and you know that I need to put some exhaust holes in the barrel, which will firstly make it look cooler and match the thumbnail, but will also release gas and hopefully stop the piston from slamming into the end of the barrel too hard.
Did you really make the thumbnail before?
And the great thing about doing this without the use of any physics programs or mathematical calculations is that I have no idea if these exhaust ports will be large enough or in the right place to stop the whole thing from blowing up, which is why I'm going to test it in this vise first, while I stand behind this very thin plaster wall. But before I do that, I'm going to tell you about the sponsor of today's video.
Oh my
PayPal
god.
Honey.
PayPal Honey.
Honey is the #1 shopping tool in America,
Nice.
but I like to think of it as
Honey.
being more like a lover that lives inside my computer and is always trying to find me great deals on the things I'm buying. Simply, Honey automatically searches for promo codes, so you
Good
don't
thing
have
that
to.
doesn't
And when you buy
apply to
something, if
non-US
Honey works
people.
on that site, it swoops in to help you find a great deal. It doesn't matter what you are buying, as
nice,
Honey works
Honey.
on many of the sites you are already using.
Yes,
For
honey.
example, I was buying these pool balls for later in the video, and Honey came in and saved me $10. There really is no better feeling than saving money while shopping online. So go now, add it to your browser at joinhoney.com/iditathing. That's joinhoney.com/iditathing.
Oh my god!
Alright, back to setting up the blank grounds behind this thin wall.
Very loud bang. In 3,
Oh.
1. Nope.
Oh.
I hate it when that happens.
That is so
Didn't
good.
work. So I tried a heavier piece of metal,
3, 2, 1.
which didn't work either. So I tried again.
Take 3.
Okay.
Take 3 is the charm,
2,
child.
1.
Ooh. God damn. That's an impactful attack.
It's like it survived.
And that made the whole house vibrate and shot the piston out at a ridiculous speed. And it also didn't blow up, which is amazing, as I didn't expect these holes to be big enough to let the gas out. But after looking at the slow motion, which only captured a single frame of the round going off, you can see that heaps
Whoa.
of gas came back out the top, ejecting the round. Which sounds like a good thing, but when it's on the end of the pool stick, this means
Yeah,
it
this
will
sounds like
shoot
a
off
really
the end
bad
or
thing.
just blow up. It also means I'm wasting heaps of gas, which could be pushing down the piston with more force. So I drilled some more exhaust holes in the barrel, and also put in this tiny spring to hopefully help the piston survive the extra force.
3, 2, 1.
Okay. That's a lot of force.
And at
You know,
first I
the
thought that did
question is
better,
like,
as
are
the
you
round was still
alive?
on the top. But then I realized I couldn't move the piston. So after using a hammer to get it out, I saw the problem.
Look at the spring. So why is it thinner? Oh, it's getting stretched. Whoa. It's hitting the inside with such force that it's stretching this bit. Look at that.
That's kind of crazy.
And lucky for me, I also have my super slow-mo camera, which records at 60 frames per second. And
I'm
gave me
surprised
this
that camera
single
didn't,
frame
like,
of
get hit.
information, telling me nothing. My camera is
Telling
just
me
not
nothing.
recording fast enough. You know, if I could have any YouTuber locked up in my attic right now, it would definitely be the slow-mo guys. Just so I could understand what is actually happening here. Boys, if you're watching, I've even put a chair up there for you.
Oh my god. Mama.
And I really should have had some
Hey,
more
Lumi. Hey,
foresight,
Tony.
and known that the mild steel would misshape and give out like this, which now means I need to make the whole thing again using a stronger steel, using this stuff here, called 2160 or 5160 or 1300 700 904. I don't remember. So I remade the
I have
whole
no
device
idea what
again,
that
but this
is.
time without any jokes.
This is very satisfying to watch though. Without
I
any
also made
joke.
the piston much thicker, which should now hopefully survive. But in case it doesn't, I'm going to skip doing another safety test in the vise and go straight to testing by hand to see what it does to a pool ball and pool stick. Now to do this, I bought a material called polycarbonate, which is similar to monogamy carbonate, but has many more layers. Then I just welded up a frame for it, and I'm fairly confident this stuff should protect me from the rounds and explosion, as it's what the Mythbusters used. And as far as I'm aware, they ain't dead.
They ain't dead. Oh my god. Yeah. Well now. I still don't understand why he does all the protection and still doesn't wear shoes. I mean, it's his brand at this point, right? The dark days are upon us. Oh no, he didn't. He actually did. He has plus defense when no shoe is passive, yeah.
Okay, so I've decided I better add another piece of polycarb, and it's now 12 millimeters thick. Then I just cut this neat little hole in the polycarb for the pool stick to go through. And I know what you're thinking. What was the point of making this blast-proof screen if you're just going to put a hole in the middle of it? Well, hopefully the pool stick will cover up that hole, and I'll also position myself to the side, away from the hole and the blast. Okay, next I just cut off the end of a pool stick.
He says
and drilled
position
down the
himself
center
to the
and then
side
shoved
while
in
sitting
the
right
metal
behind
pin
it.
with a sleeve around it to hold the piston. And it's done, which is annoying because I'm terrified and really don't want to use this.
Uh-oh. I'm terrified for him.
Okay, it's not setting off the round, and I think that's because the round is hitting against this flat piece of metal. So I'm going to grind it down on the belt sander until I have just a small pin, which should hopefully crush just the end of the round.
Oh boy. Explosion incoming.
Ready? Set.
God damn. God damn. So he's like, what happened? Where is everything?
I'm okay.
And that worked a little too well and turned the end of a stick into a grenade.
That was insane. The pool stick is
Split.
destroyed.
Yeah. I kind of expected
And
that.
the outside sleeve is over here.
God
And if we
damn.
do some really bad speed calculations, the camera was recording at 60 frames per second, and in one frame the ball traveled roughly 50 centimeters, which means it's traveling at 30 meters a second or 108 kilometers an hour, which is 70 miles per hour, which is 40 miles faster than the fastest pool break ever. And that's already one of my arbitrary goals ticked off.
Well,
So let's move on to the pool
he
game.
got
But first I
the-
need to fix this sleeve, and this time I'm going to make it out of thicker metal and
He
also
got
put
the
some
world
exhaust
record
holes
there.
so that if the gas comes out of the back, it doesn't explode the stick. And this looks pretty cool, way better than the first
honestly,
version,
it looks
which
pretty
means it's
freaking
time for
slick.
me to find a pool table.
Nice. Oi, Alexa! You wanna play pool?
So Alexa and I are going to play a game of pool, except he has a normal pool stick and I have mine, and we'll see who wins.
You may glory hole pool is what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Not long enough to reach that though, but you best be.
he did it!
Okay.
Yep.
Right that tiny soul!
No, but
Oof.
I hate this. I hate this so much. 3,
Ah.
2, 1.
oh,
Aww, he missed.
1.
What the heck? You don't get extra shots if you fail.
2, 1.
Oh, now it worked.
What happened?
So fast!
Oh no!
I get the break.
Yeah, so I guess you get to break. Okay, that was my first shot. Okay, so this is because I missed, so it's your shot. Is that bullet on the table?
That was so bad.
There's so many. Look, this thing's sharp. What is that?
Okay, your shot.
Oh.
That was a bad break.
I mean, it's better than your shot.
It was better than my
We
shot.
all saw it.
I'm like, that was a
Alexa
bad
is
break.
much better.
Excuse me,
And he lines it up
mister.
perfectly for a nice soft shot on the purple ball here.
Soft with that thing? Soft? Did we really hear the word soft?
3, 2, 1.
Hey!
Yes!
I'm in.
Whoa!
Did he break the white ball?
What did I break?
The white ball was in half.
Jesus
I guess
Christ.
we continue. I can't beat you like this though. Where's the other half?
How is that possible?
And
Where's
at first
the
I had
other
no
one?
idea what happened, but after watching the slow motion, you can see that the pool
Oh.
stick chops the white ball in half, sending one of the halves into the striped ball, pushing it in. Now, I wanted to get a lot of power with this build, but I never expected it to be powerful enough to split the white ball clean in half. But I guess it's good, as I got one in, even though I wasn't aiming for that ball. And that means I'm ahead by one ball.
What? Which ball did I get in? I got in stripes. So that means you got to get.
I get the fulls.
You're on
How am I
fulls.
meant to get anything with it?
Well, you got to
How
try.
am I meant to hit this?
How
Try and
was
hit that.
Okay,
Really?
I can do it back from there.
they're using
Somewhere
a
on the line.
oh my god,
Anywhere on the line is the
And I'm
rule.
going for fulls.
oh my god.
Let me just. Which
I,
one you aiming for?
I'm trying to get that blue.
which one are you aiming for, bruh? They're playing hockey now.
Hey!
Those man's a
With
god.
half a ball than a real ball.
It's gonna be easy.
He hit it with half a
From
ball.
Alexa, we were now tied.
Oh, hands.
Oh my god, they're actually playing with half a ball.
Was that your ball?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No.
Okay, so it's my go, but I'm gonna replace it. This ball with
All
that,
the other ones.
with a real ball, and I'm gonna aim for this guy. That's great.
Okay, we'll replace it.
Okay, now they have another one. It looks like a marble ball. Look at the color, like the texture. Oh. Well.
You got a yellow, you got a full in. I got a hit. You got a yellow in. I did.
That's fine.
That's fine, he says.
Flew outside.
Jesus. They need a metal white ball.
Okay, I sunk one of his balls, and I'm realizing I really don't have much control with this thing. It kind of just knocks all the balls in.
Yeah, in is
What are
an
you lining
overstatement.
up for?
That red one right there.
In is an overstatement.
You suck.
You're one to comment.
Into here. Get another break.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh god. Here we go again.
One.
He's gonna.
Oh, white ball's in over there.
Well,
Well,
I-
yeah.
Yeah, went in over here. That's what it was.
is it called cheating if the middle
And I
part
sunk
stopped
another
one
his
of them?
balls. So, Alexa's ahead by 2 balls, which means I need to sink 3 in one go to get ahead.
You have the easiest shot.
This guy must have an interesting insurance policy. Oh. Can he actually get insurance with all the shit he's doing?
You are still winning. You are still winning.
No, you're only as bad as the person you're playing against.
I mean,
kind of
memes
scared to do
aside,
more
he
shots
does
with this, 'cause
protect
I feel
himself
like the
pretty
more we
well
do,
against stuff.
the more likely this explodes or the police come. Yeah, I'll do one more shot. One more shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Okay. But you've positioned me perfectly for white into these two. Don't even have to move the screen. 3. I hate this still. 2. 1.
Oh god. Jesus Christ.
Something hit over there.
Something hit over
How
there.
did it not hit that cup?
Wow.
That is hilarious.
That is a lucky mug on cup. Yeah, it's like insane.
Yeah, so the reason that that one was so hard is that the pistons finally broke.
Oh my god.
What?
Why didn't you? I said, oh my god.
And I think that means that's the end of the game, as the piston expanded again and is now stuck, and I don't want to remake the whole thing. And also, I'm scared the police are going to come. So New South Wales Police, if you are watching this video, those loud bangs you heard, they were my car backfiring.
My car. Yeah.
Thank you
Totally.
so much for watching. If you like
Totally
that,
a
please subscribe
car.
and check out some of my other videos.
That is insanity. Holy shit.